Hello Aquarius, welcome to my channel. This is Victoria at Radiant Moon Tarot, and this is your weekly reading for October 4th through 10th, 2021. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome in, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. So let's get right into your reading, shall we? We have currently Mercury retrograde in Libra. This is up to October 18th, and this week coming up, we've got a new moon in Libra. All right, so a lot of balance, truth, justice is very much highlighted for you in the week ahead. If you are entering into any negotiations, any contracts, anything like that, it's actually a very favorable time, oddly enough. And even with the Mercury retrograde, but of course, whenever that Mercury is in retrograde, even if it is in a nice, balanced energy such as Libra, there is always a need there to double check, triple check anything in regards to your communication, written, verbal, think before you speak, all of those things. All right, so communication very much highlighted for the week ahead. And so first card out there, we've got Breaking Trail coming in there for you. A breakthrough is at hand. Who doesn't need a little bit of that? All right, so if you've been stuck in a rut, if you've been manifesting something into your life, okay, if you've been working on a project and you just feel as though you've been getting nowhere fast, all right, this energy is coming through to give you a breakthrough, an epiphany, maybe even a helping hand. This could come from, just some light bulb flash of inspiration that's coming from you. All right, but it may also actually represent the ability to partner up with new people. All right, so however it is, a breakthrough is certainly at hand. You are about to make some changes, some positive changes. If you're looking for something new, there might be some opportunities on the horizon for you there. And again, it just feels as though things are finally starting to move forward if you've been feeling as though you're stuck in a rut. We have the numerology guidance. We have love coming out here for you. And this is card number 6. And this is actually really interesting because when I was doing, I always do a pre-shuffle before I actually turn the camera on and do your actual reading. And then of course I shuffle again there. And the love card flipped out twice. And so pay really very close attention to this one. And this is all about love, healing, relationships, family, home. So this can be business partnerships, friendships, romantic interests, all right, new, existing. So there may be a real focus there for you in the week ahead in regards to that. But this is also about self-love, self-care, all right, things that make you feel positive, things that make you feel secure. So number 6 may be really very important for you for the week ahead. So pay attention to your repeating numbers, all right, and 6 actually relates back to the Lover's card. All right. And of course, the Lover's card is connection with yourself, your higher self, but also partnering up with the right people. And again, so whether that is romantic people, friendships, maybe you've got someone that you haven't seen for a while. They may call you or you may call them out of the blue. All right. So it really is a very fantastic, wonderful energy that is coming in here for you in the week ahead. So let's pull your tarot and let's see what we've got for you guys. All right. And we have the Queen of Cups coming out first. There's the love. Okay. Specifically self-love there as well. All right, we've got the 7 of Cups. And we have the King of Cups. Well then, okay. So King and Queen of Cups, all right, and what did we say? The love card relates back to the Lover's card, which is actually soulmate energy, and we have both the King and Queen of Cups coming out here as well. So partnerships and relationships are incredibly important in the week ahead. All right, your advice from Spirit, and we actually have the 9 of Swords coming out there, and let's see, blessings headed your way. We have awakening, and that is actually Hanged Man energy that is coming out there. So anyway, so the Queen of Cups, all right, brings in, so we've got 2 people cards here. So let's deal with the people first. Okay, you may actually be dealing with a couple of people that are very important to you in your life. This could possibly be a married couple. Okay, it can be friends, it can be business partnerships, all right. But these two people are very positive. They may actually be very spiritual as well, and they really do have your best interests at heart. They're very trustworthy, very kind, very caring. So this could be a couple of friends that you're dealing with. It could be a business partnership, and again, maybe just aligning yourself with the right people. So very, very positive, all right, in between there. But the Queen of Cups specifically brings in this beautiful love, self-care, love for others. It brings in psychic impressions. The King and Queen of Cups, the Queen especially, is a very spiritual energy. So some of you may actually be having a little bit of a spiritual awakening, some spiritual growth, if you will. And this can certainly be very highlighted with this Libran energy, with this new moon that's coming in. You just may be feeling a little bit more alive. Your intuition may be going absolutely haywire. All right. But this is also a time of healing as well. And the Queen of Cups represents a healing energy also. All right. So, but the Queen of Cups also focuses on relationships, family, friends, all of those things. So very people-y for you in the week ahead. In Aquarius, you don't always necessarily tap into the energy of being very people-y, but in the week ahead, that's certainly where you're headed. All right. And the thing is, you're humanitarians of the group, so it could just be that you are aligning yourself with people that maybe you can how do I want to say that? Okay. So that you can do something positive for the greater good. All right. And maybe you are joining, like having a little bit of charity work. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. So maybe you're putting yourself out there, you're giving back to your community in some way. So you might be partnering up with those kinds of people, right? Maybe there's something you can give. You don't have to give back with money, right? Time is, volunteering for something. You may be doing something along those lines, especially with that King and Queen of Cups. So maybe advocating for others as well. All right. But we've got the Seven of Cups here as well. So you're making some decisions on something, okay? So the Seven of Cups does bring about some fantasies, some daydreams, but also brings about the energy that you may have to make a choice with something. And this could be something that you've been waffling on for some time. You've been flip-flopping back and forth, like a fish out of water. You may have been over-analyzing something for a while. All right. So it feels here with this Queen of Cups coming in is helping bring you some a little bit of clarity. All right. And the Queen of Cups does bring in romance and friendships as well, but it's also, again, very connected with spirit. So if you are trying to make some sort of decision, trust your intuition and follow your heart. You will not go wrong. And sometimes we don't make a decision only because we're afraid of choosing wrong, making the wrong choice. And, the thing is if we get stuck, trust me, I know from experience today, actually, if we get stuck in a rut and we get stuck in overanalyzing, overthinking, and we don't do something and something, we eventually get a catalyst. All right. We eventually get something sent by spirit, usually a tower moment. Hello. I had my own today, and within an hour it actually manifested itself. So that was fun. But anyway, so we do need to make some decisions and get the ball rolling with something. All right. Because those tower moments do sometimes make us a little bit uncomfortable, and they also certainly get us out of our comfort zone. All right, so I had a little bit of a revelation this morning that certainly gave me a little bit of a kick in the butt. All right, and my own little tower moment came to fruition. So we don't want that for you necessarily. It's always better if you can actually play your own role. I knew it was coming. This wasn't exactly a surprise, but anyways, but it certainly did light a fire. So anyways, so we do need to make a decision about something. Now, this could be matters of the heart. Okay, especially with that love card, that is very much relating to the Lover's card energy. All right, so you may have a romantic interest coming in. You may have decisions to make in regards to a friendship, a business partnership, something to do with another person, most likely. All right, maybe there's an offer on the table. All right, maybe there is, this king and queen, they're not facing each other. They're actually sitting back to back with the choices card in the middle. So there may be something that you've been dealing with where you're not seeing eye to eye with your person, and you need to decide. Maybe it's, do I stay? Do I go? Do I commit? Do I not? And, this may have been lingering for a while. All right. You may also be possibly looking for like a career change or something like that. Or maybe you're just working with somebody and you're just, you're at odds with this person, right? Sitting back to back and not seeing eye to eye. All right, but certainly there is a need to make a decision, okay? Get your head out of the clouds, get your feet on the ground. A lot of creative energy that is coming in here for you as well. So again, the breaking trail, a breakthrough, okay? There could be some creative endeavor, or maybe you need to take a little bit more of a creative approach to something rather than an intellectual one. All right. But the King of Cups comes in here as well. And, if for some of you, yes, you and your partner may be a little bit back to back. You might be at odds with each other. You might be having a little bit of an argument, a little bit of a tiff or something. Or again, maybe you're contemplating separation. But I do feel for others of you that there is someone possibly unknown that is coming in this week, and this could be someone that you're introduced to, possibly a new love interest, a romantic interest. I mean, let's face it, the King of Cups is all about romance. All right, so sweep you off your feet kind of energy. So if you're single looking for love, keep your options open. All right, and if because the Queen of Cups here, you may have turned your back on love and relationships for the longest time, and now someone is coming in here that is probably very exciting, and they're very trustworthy, and they are perhaps something that you have been manifesting for a while, and now that it's here, you're like, oh dude, I don't know about this, right? So you might be a little bit at odds with yourself there. All right, but for others, I do feel that there is this really balance, okay, of masculine and feminine energy that you've got going on here. It doesn't actually have to be another person. This can absolutely be aspects of yourself. And with the new moon in Libra, you've got the choices card, setting intentions, possibly setting a goal. All right. And the King and Queen of Cups here are bringing you in alignment with yourself, your higher self, because the Lover's energy is, yes, partnering up with the right people, soulmate energy, but it is also about being connected with your higher self as well. So it may be a very spiritual week for you, especially with this moon energy that is coming in. And you may have, you might be really just kind of hunkering down a little bit and setting your intentions. So there is maybe a need there to ground yourself a little bit. All right, your advice from Spirit. This is the Nine of Swords. So when we have the Nine of Swords, sometimes we get a little bit wrapped up in fear. Sometimes we overanalyze something, we overthink something. Seven of Cups. And there is a need there to make a decision. Okay, there's also a need here to focus on the positive, all right? Because when we're in the Nine of Swords energy, this is about expecting the worst, like thinking about something, thinking what's the worst that can happen, and imagining what the worst that can happen is. So there's a need to get out of your own head, get out of your own head space. And if we focus on what we don't want, then that's what we're going to attract. And this particular Nine of Swords card has this guy in the middle of the night. He's out of bed. And he's like, oy, man. But we've got this moon shining in the window. So the moon cycles may be very, very important for you. You may be contemplating letting something go. We already see that a little bit. Okay. Or you're trying to set your intentions. All right. But there is a need here to focus on the positive, to not overanalyze something to the point of distraction or to the point of getting yourself wrapped up in knots and, overanalyzing something. All right. So, because we don't want you tossing and turning in the middle of the night, right? It's not the best time to make decisions, okay? Things quite often get blown out of proportion in the middle of the night, all right? So there is a need to ground your energy. There is a need there to look at something in the light of the day. Of course, trust your intuition. All right. And maybe even look at something from a different perspective, someone else's point of view. All right. But there's also here advice from Spirit. There is also, Spirit says here that, when you look at something from a different approach, okay, again, we already said that with the cup energy coming in, this is all about your emotions, your feelings, your heart. You might be a little bit too much up in your head, right? And sometimes we need to follow our intuition, we need to follow our feelings, all right, rather than try and overanalyze something too much. Our brains can be an incredibly powerful tool, but they can also sometimes be our worst enemy. All right. But pay attention to your dreams as well when we get the Nine of Swords, though, especially in the week ahead, because it is a nighttime card and we do have the full moon in there, and it quite often does represent the need to pay attention to your dreams. So really pay attention and, just try and remember or write it down in the morning when you wake up. While your subconscious is still prevailing over your conscious thoughts, and scribble a few things down. After a week or two, things will really start to make sense for you. All right, but blessings headed your way. We've got the Hanged Man. And, sometimes we look at the Hanged Man and we're like, but he's not doing anything and he's not moving forward and he's not making change. He's not making progress. How in the world can this be a blessing? When we get the Hanged Man energy, this shows that there is a pause in the action for a while, and it is for our own benefit. It's for our own good. It helps us not make rash decisions, and it helps us look at things from a different perspective. Look at things from someone else's point of view. Look at something from, if you've ever, not just when you were a kid, but maybe even now, right? If you sit on your couch and you hang upside down a little bit, right, the world looks a little bit different. Every once in a while, I'll get on the floor with my dog and play with my dog, right? She's a big dog. She likes to wrestle every once in a while. But if you actually put your chin on the floor and you actually see what your house looks like from their perspective, right, by being on the floor with them, it's like, whoa, that's what I look like when I walk up to my dog. Holy crap, why is she not scared of me, right? So that Hanged Man comes in to benefit you, to slow down the energy so that you can gather your thoughts, gather your wits about you, and so that you can kind of see something that you previously hadn't seen or hadn't thought about. All right, so this is where we get our light bulb moments, where we get a little bit of an epiphany. All right, and it's coming in here to benefit you, to help give you the answers that you need, help show you a different perspective, or even help you make a decision. All right, so I'm going to leave that there for you guys. And I'm going to close out your reading with a Moonology card since we've got the new moon. Last message, please, for Aquarius for the week ahead. What else does Aquarius need to know, please? This one that's stuck. And we have your commitment is being tested. Interesting. All right. So yes, for at least somebody out there, your commitment to a partnership of some sort, romantic or otherwise, is absolutely being tested, right? You're back to back. You're not seeing eye to eye on something. And so, but there's a reason for it, right? So sometimes it's really just to expand our horizons. Sometimes it's, again, we got that Hanged Man coming in to help give you a little bit of perspective, right? Maybe it's a rite of passage, and even friendships go through sometimes ups and downs. It can also be that there's somebody that you haven't seen for a very long time and you're trying to think about, do I call them? Do I not? Maybe you had an argument or a falling out with a friend or something in the past, right? And now you're sitting there contemplating, maybe you're thinking about them. And when we have Mercury retrograde, quite often people from the past do come back in. So you may have that going on. All right. But, sometimes we get challenges thrown in our midst as a learning lesson, as a rite of passage, something that we need to accomplish, something that we need to, overcome in order to find our way forward, right? So there is certainly something that is testing you in the week ahead. However, it looks like you are going to overcome. You're going to make decisions, and you may even be leveling up here, right? You may be moving from the Queen to the King, and it all hinges on making some sort of decision. Okay, matters of the heart, possibly. All right, but may also be something to do with your career, right? Something, especially if there's, say, a change in the wind, shall we say? All right, and you may have the opportunity to level up. All right, and that can sometimes have you a little bit worried, okay, or a little bit doubtful. All right, especially if there's something that maybe you don't really want to do, okay, or maybe you're being put into a leadership position and you're not sure if you're ready for that. So it may be like a little bit of a test there for you, all right, but it feels as though you will overcome. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something in this reading that resonated in some way. If there was, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I thank you guys so very much for watching. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.